All right, welcome back to another training vlog. This is training vlog 9 of week 5 of week 12. So this is our first arm and shoulder night of the week. It's Tuesday. And like always, I start with biceps on this night, and then I move to triceps and then shoulders. So tonight I hit the ground running pretty hard, man. I had a lot of energy, man, and I was feeling it tonight. I had a great arm workout, but by the time I got to my shoulders, man, I was feeling pretty tired, man. I was feeling pretty worn out and gassed, but I'm also down on calories this week. I went down to 262 calories. I dropped, so I'm in a bigger deficit this week so I can continue to lose weight because my weight stalled for the last like 2 weeks. I haven't dropped anything. I've been exactly like 234, 234.5. So I had to do something to get my weight moving again, and that's what I did. So I guess it kind of started affecting me towards the end of my workout, my energy levels.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be something that's going to affect you or, well, anybody. Like you pull calories out and you're definitely going to be getting more tired as you go through your workout, especially with doing the amount of reps and sets that we're doing. For me, I'm not really having an issue with tiredness in the gym. My issue is more coming in with like hunger. Like I'm starting to get to a point where I need to up my food a little bit more because starting where I started at with the food, I'm getting to the point where like I'm dropping a little bit too much weight too quickly. Like I'm doing about 1.5 pounds, 2 pounds, maybe like a little bit more a week. And I don't want to come down that quickly because I feel like I'll end up hitting like a hard crash. So I'd rather up my meal some and hit a even point and start, once I get to that even point, then I can start kind of pulling back, but it'll give me a much higher area to start at.
Yeah, so that's pretty much what I did. So what I like to do whenever I'm dying, for my personal experience of what works for me, is I like to start at 2,500 calories. So the first 12 weeks, before this 12 weeks, what I did was I started off at 2,500 calories a day. And then as the weeks went on, I increased my output by increasing my cardio, increasing how many sessions I did per day, increasing the amount of sets I did, how many reps I did, how many days I worked out per week. And I just continuously increased my output. And as I increased my output, I increased my calories. So as long as I was losing at least 1 to 2 pounds a week, I kept increasing my calories. And I went all the way up to 3,850 calories at the end of those 12 weeks. And I went from 261 pounds down to 231. Took a week off, went to the river with my family, hung out with them, had a great time. My body weight swelled back up to 238, 239 because of water retention from eating all that sodium and carbs. So from week 1 of this 12 weeks, to now, I'm at 234, but I'm actually a lot leaner than I was at 231 than I am at, I'm leaner now at 234 than I was at 231. So now what I'm doing is I'm pulling my calories out. So I started off at this 12 weeks at 3,850, and now I'm down to like 3,400, 3,300. I don't know the exact amount, but I'm slowly pulling them out, and I'm watching my body slowly change. And I haven't lost a lot of weight, but I definitely noticed the difference in my shape and my image,
Yeah, that's definitely the route that I'm planning on taking as well. Like I don't want to end up with more of like a crash, I guess, crash diet kind of situation. I want to increase my calories. That way, when I do pull back, I have a little bit of, it allows me a bit more wiggle room. Like if I decide to take a week off or whatever it might be, like like whenever we get to kind of thing. Like I don't want to have it be a situation where I pull back to like 1,000 calories or 1,250 or something like that, and then I decide to, kind of eat a little something out of the ordinary for the routines or whatever, and I end up losing massive results just because of something like that. I'd rather keep it a little bit higher and it also just maintain a better energy set altogether, like not be quite as sluggish and like just tired and worn out altogether from being so low on calories.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. Like, I won't go back below 2,500. I won't ever go below 2,500. And then this is the way I look at it, right? I start off at 2,500. I go up to right at 4,000. I come back down to 2,500. When I hit 2,500 again, if I don't have visible abs or if I'm not where I want to be, from there, the only option is to increase my output. Once I get to where I want to be, I'll decrease my output, keeping my calories the same at 2,500 and slowly bringing my cardio down while maintaining my image. So that way, if it gets to the point where I want to stop doing cardio altogether, all I have to do is just drop my calories to offset the amount that I was burning from cardio, and I won't gain any weight back. Then if there is a day I want to go off the rails and I want to eat bad, and let's say I eat 1,200 or 1,500 calories in one meal, well, then I know, okay, let me add 3 days of cardio back this week and do 30 minutes of cardio over the course of this week of 3 days, like Monday, Wednesday, Friday. I'll do 30 minutes a night on the Stairmaster for those 3 nights. That'll offset the amount of calories that I ate for that meal. That way I don't have to worry about gaining any negative weight back, and I can still enjoy myself time to time. Like, it's a little bit of kind of like, here's your reward. Now here's you kind of have to earn it, right? It's like, well, here, you had this. Now you have to earn it. Kind of like a bank account, right? With money. So it's like you have a savings account. And if you spend out of your savings account, you have to put it back in there. So it's like, but it's reverse, right? Like, okay, well, I got $1,000 in there. I'm going to go buy this for $500. Now I have to put my $500 back. Well, now it's like, okay, well, I just put $500 in my savings account. So now I have to go spend that $500 to get it out, but it's calories instead of cash, you know?
Yeah. And I don't want to, like, once I get down to a good weight for me and where I decide like I'm good with this, like I feel comfortable here, I'm fine with being here. I don't want to end up like you're saying. I don't want to have to continue doing some extreme and drastic kind of things. I want to be able to manage it with like eating what I want and putting in effort, but not an extreme amount. I don't, like you're saying, I don't want to do an hour and a half or whatever cardio and freaking 7 days a week in the gym all the time forever. I want to be able to tone it down some and still maintain like a comfortable level for myself. And I don't feel like if I were to just continue dropping from where I'm at, I would be able to do that in the end, like in the long run of things for myself.
Yeah, and that's what I tell people. If you go from the beginning, and there's a lot of people make this mistake. They go, I have no idea how many calories I'm eating, and I'm going to drop it down to I don't know how many, and I'm going to start doing a bunch of cardio and working out, and I'm going to start burning I don't know how many calories while consuming I don't know how many calories. But I know it's way less than what I was eating and way more than I was consuming, burning. And then I'm going to stop working out and I'm going to go back to eating how I was. And now I have way less muscle mass and I'm eating way less. So I destroyed my metabolism. I burnt off a lot of muscle mass. And now I'm going to go back to eating how I was eating and then gain more weight back than what I did in the beginning. Because if you go down at the beginning, you have nowhere to go once you hit a plateau. But if you go up and you increase your calories up, you have somewhere to go. Once you hit a plateau, you have calories to play with. You can move calories around and you can adjust things, and it keeps you moving forward, I mean, you're limited on what you can do, but you can make a lot of progression with little bitty efforts,
Yeah, because like even from a few years back when we did this, when we did that, I was around like 320-ish, 325, somewhere around there. And we ended up working all the way down to, I hit like 253, I think was like the lowest I hit. And I was super happy with that. And I did let myself go from there over the past 3 years. But even still, like from there, I only went back up and I started, like I sat and maintained like around 280, 285, which is still very high, yes. But that's still 30 pounds lower than what I was before. So like it wasn't necessarily a win, but it was a win for me because I didn't reverse all the way back to where I was at.
Well, it's actually more than 30 pounds because like you from 153 up to 185, that's like 30 pounds and you lost almost 80. So it's like 50 pounds less. Mm. So you kept 50 pounds off of what you lost, which is still very, very impressive and stuff like that for going a year of just enjoying yourself and not really, putting too much time and effort into your diet or training. So yeah, I'm still trying to get down to the point where I look like I'm ready to start getting ready for a bodybuilding show because I'm still too fat and gross to even be considering any type of competition. And I know it's a very slow, long process losing this weight, but sometimes you just want to see the results and you want to see them overnight and it just doesn't come that fast, but it's hard to remember like, hey, this is a very slow going process and stuff. So, but it just takes time. You got to build up to build back down. But, I think that's going to be it for me on this one. Is there anything else you want to add?
No, I think we're good.
Alrighty. So I like to end this on a positive note, guys. Just keep in mind that there's negative people out there and don't let them affect you or change your mindset or your mood. And just because they say something's not possible doesn't mean it's not possible. It's not impossible for you. Put your best foot forward. Give it everything you have every day. Any day you can make progress, take the opportunity to make progress. Because even if it's 2 minutes or 10 minutes or 2 hours or 10 minutes in the gym or 30 minutes in the gym, anything you do that keeps you from going backwards or keeps you from moving in the wrong direction and makes that forward progress will be way worth it in the end. It's always going to be more worth it to get up and go do what you need to do versus not. Even if you don't feel like doing it and you're tired and you don't think that it's worth it at that moment, I promise you in the end, it's going to be worth it. Don't give up your faith and don't give up your hope. Your results will come. It's a long, slow process, guys. Now remember, when you're in the gym, if there is no agony, there will be no bragging.
Yep. Catch you later.